Hi guys, so we are going to be starting Unit 3 today, which is very exciting. I know usually we do Unit 2 before we do Unit 3, but we reorganized the unit so that you have a little bit more of a manageable workload. So we did Unit 1 last week, we're going to start Unit 3 this week, and we're going to move on to Unit 2 by Friday. If you cannot see Unit 3, so if when you're on the computer you come and it says Unit 1 and then there's nothing afterwards except for the summative, then essentially you haven't completed all of Unit 1. So in order to make sure that you can move ahead, check out the newsfeed today. There's a list of all the things that you need to do in order to get your Unit 1 badge, which is the key to unlocking Unit 3. Okay. Also, you need to make sure you've done your first blog post. If you haven't done that, then I will also be revoking your key, and you're going to have to start again. Or not start again. You don't have to do all the assignments, just the blog post. Okay, so that's to get into Unit 3. The subject of Unit 3 is how to write an essay, which you already know how to do, except we've been drilling into for the last 4 years how to write an argumentative essay. And we're going to tackle a couple of different styles of essays this week. You're going to do some analysis of each type, and then you're going to do some pre-writing for each type, so brainstorming and a proposal for each type of essay. And then by the end of the unit, you're going to participate in a discussion where you're going to analyze a specific essay. So you're going to take all your analysis notes from one of them and then polish that into a reflection. And this is the key. I am going to tell you which essay you're doing. So you have to do all the pre-work for all the essays, and then I will assign you a specific essay to work on Wednesday for your analysis. So that will be no fun for you, but I'm sorry. So you have to do all the pre-work. You'll get your essay, do your analysis of that essay, and then you get to choose which of your pre-writing drafts kind of you're going to develop into a final essay for your culminating task for this unit. And you can choose the strongest based on the feedback I give you. So I'll give you lots of feedback this week about your essay proposals and suggest, what you could do to improve all of them, and you take your strongest and develop it and do an excellent essay on Wednesday and Thursday. So I think that's what I'm going to point out to you today, kind of overall. There's a couple of documents in the newsfeed that could be really helpful for you in terms of figuring out how to analyze an essay that's there. And there's a schedule posted in the newsfeed as well. A couple of just general notes is that Unit 3, you're going to be spending a little bit more time probably than Unit 1. So make sure that you're really focused on how you use your time and you're not procrastinating and starting to put things off towards the end of the day, because it is a much heavier unit. So you're going to want to make sure that you're being really proactive. And there's also something just kind of to be aware of is that everyone, or not everyone, that was a horrible generalization, but a lot of people are spending not enough time in the content. So for each day, you know that you're going to have to do some learning and then some producing of an assignment. And a lot of people are skipping the learning step, so not spending nearly enough time on the content. So for example, today you're going to read activity 1 content for Unit 3, where it's going to talk to you about different styles of essays. There's readings embedded in it, so not only do you have to read the text in there, but you have to click on the links and read those texts. You're going to do some analysis and posting about this age of the essay. You're going to learn about a narrative essay, what the structure of a narrative essay is, and what makes it different than a short story. And then you're going to do some reading of another text that you're going to analyze as well. Okay, so there's quite a lot to do in the content area, and you're going to spend most of your time there today, and then move on to the assignment only once you've really learned what we've put there. You don't have a teacher spending 75 minutes telling you what to do each day. All of that instruction is happening in the content, so make sure that you are benefiting from it so you don't go to the assignment and kind of boldly strike off in the wrong direction. All right, I think that's all I really have to point out to you today. Something to be aware of also, though, for towards the end of this week, is by Thursday, you're going to be working on your first summative blog, which is a Unit 5 assignment. So you should be reading, obviously. And I will show you what I'm going to get you to do. So for you're going to go to Unit 5, Activities 1 and 2, and you're going to click on the assignment section. You've already done the book choice. On Thursday, you're going to be writing your first blog post where you're going to be applying either reader response theory that you learned about last Friday or archetypal literary theory to your novel. So you're going to be analyzing the first half of your book through one of those ones. You don't have to do both, just one. So as you read through, it would be a good idea to think about both of them so that you can be maybe taking some notes and simplifying your task for yourself on Thursday. So you're going to write your first blog post, then there's some guiding questions that could help you, some guiding prompts that you can choose to use or not use, and the assessment criteria in the blog post as well. You'll see it is an evaluated assignment, but it's not evaluated as heavily as an essay. And essentially, it's just looking at, do you follow the format? Are you organizing your ideas clearly? And are you making sure to include like the proper level of analysis of your text to help you be successful? The following week, you're going to do a second blog post on either, so it's going to be on the second half of your novel, using either feminist or post-colonial literary theory. And then your final task for the summative will be to write an essay. You're going to develop one of those blog posts into like a single essay where you're going to have a thesis that you developed through either archetypal, feminist, or post-colonial literary theory. Or reader response. You're allowed to do reader response for this one. So there's a huge amount of criteria here. Feel free to read through it at your leisure. But essentially for Thursday, you need to make sure that you've done half of the reading of your summative novel, and thought about the different lenses that you might use to analyze it in your blog post so that you're not totally overworked on Thursday. All right, so spend a little time on that each day. Also, I know this is getting super long and you must be going crazy, but we had our first major assignment on Friday where we did our mini essays, and a lot of people in the past anyways have been a little disappointed with their marks on the first assignment just because the criteria and the standards are so rigorous. If you were feeling discouraged, there's a list of things to think about for next time in the newsfeed that you may want to check up on. Making sure that you're reading the content thoroughly, asking questions, checking out the newsfeed. If you're still watching this video, I know you're already doing that. And then there's also an additional opportunity for you if you feel like you got a bad grade on your summary section and you feel like you deserved a higher grade. Then in the news feed section from Friday, I posted an opportunity for you to be able to boost your grade on that part of the assignment. So check that out. And also just keep in mind, if you can show me mastery of the MLA style and your ability to paraphrase and quote and summarize by the end of the semester, then this grade will go up, and it's not going to be like, if you were going to get a 90% and you got a 70% on this one, it's not going to drag your mark down if you've shown me that you can or you have learned those skills by the end. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to send me an email, and I wish you lots of luck today and this week. I'll chat soon.